Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I want to show you a whole new way to do flying geese. The way I'm going to show you how to do it, you are going to instantly have 8 made in no time. That makes this project come together so quick. So come along with me and let me show you how I put this together. I start by going through all my scraps, deciding which ones I want to put together. You want to make sure if you're going to use several different colors to just mix it up so you don't have the same ones next to each other. I am cutting all my squares at 5 inches and I am going to throw some white in there. I love to add white to all of my quilts. And now you just want to lay out a pattern where there's a white and then a color and then a color and a white. And get ready to sew those together. I am going to sew these with a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Right there and right here. I'll do that real quick, and then once I get those sewed together, I will sew the 2 pieces together. And then you want to iron them. I always iron to the dark side. That way that yellow is not going to come through that white. And when you do that, it also makes the seams where when you put those 2 together, they line up perfectly. Quilting is so much fun, and when you line everything up just like this, everything comes together just how you want it. If you were going to make a big quilt, you'd want to chain piece all of these. It would go so fast, but for this video, I just want to show you one block and how to get the 8 flying geese so quickly. I just also wanted to just point out real quick, when I talk about putting the seams together, this is what I mean. As long as they're together like that, and you can pin it so they are right where you need them to be, and they will come out perfect every time for you. And now what you want to do is put the white over the color and the color black over the white and line it up just like this. And we're going to sew all the way around it. And then you want to give it a good press and get ready to cut it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut right through the middle. I'm going to turn my mat and cut the other direction. And just like that, you now have 4 pieces. You want to open them up and you want to take them over to the iron and get them pressed. Whenever I have blocks like this, I like to just kind of put them together and look at other ways you can make a quilt. This is just one idea. And now to get our 8 flying geese, we're just going to cut these in half. Now when you cut them in half, you can go through the white or you can go through the color, and it totally changes how the row is going to look. So I'm going to do a little bit of both and kind of mix up this quilt pattern. So just like this, you could go right through there, or you could take the color and the white. You're going to go through the color and you're also going to go through the white. I'm going to do 2 rows with one pattern and 1 row with the other and make a quilt that way. But there's just so many ways you could do this. You could just line them all up this way, any way you want to do it. I love using this design wall to put everything up to see how it's going to look. This is nothing more than a tablecloth turned backwards. It's got the fuzzy on the back and it holds all my pieces so well. I've been using it for over 5 years and it still works as good as the first day I used it. I am leaving a strip in the middle open because I want to add a white strip. It would be interesting to see what it would look like with different colors. This is where you can be very creative. And then I'm slowly adding it back to the design wall, making sure I like how everything is laid out. And I think this is so neat. It's so neat that you can make so many flying geese so easy and so quick. This would easily make a project in a weekend or possibly a day if you start it early. I have been using this basting spray and I really love it for projects like this. It just keeps the quilt from moving while you're trying to quilt it. So I just spray it on and then I make sure I smooth everything out. I will leave a link to it in the description if you're interested in this. I started out by just sewing the rows down. I wanted to secure it, but then I want to give it a little bit more. So every 2 inches, I'm going to draw a line, and I'm using this pin. It is a water soluble pin that when you put water on it, it erases. I will leave a link to this also in the description if you are interested. Once I get all the lines done, I will turn it and do the other side, making a crisscross. And here I just want to show that pocket binding again. You want to pull it back like that and make a fold. You want to sew it a little ways down and then stop and refold it back. Now you're going to leave a couple inches here because when you come back around, that's your pocket to put the binding. This works so great. I hope you give it a try. And then when you come back around, you want to cut it just a little past where the pocket is. I do about 2 inches. Then you want to put it into the pocket, lay everything flat, and then re-sew from where you had stopped. This is like magic. This makes me love binding. And it looks so good on the other side. When I bind this, I'm going to hand sew the binding to the back, and I will come around to the front and put a couple stitches there to keep that pocket closed. I love the look of hand binding, but you would not have to do that. You could also sew it down with your machine. This was such a fun project to make. I hope you'll give it a try. And at the end of this video, I will put up 2 of my other videos if you'd like to click on them. I hope you'll consider subscribing and hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And thank you for watching.